Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to do a simple oil change and how to change the oil filter as well. I'm saying a simple oil change because there are several components from the oil system that you should change every 2 to 3 oil changes depending on your bike, but it's something that you should definitely check on your user's manual. One thing that you should always keep in mind is before doing any oil changes or doing anything near or related with the oil system, you should always clean the bike first. It's really important because that way you're sure that any grit or any particles won't get on the oil or on the oil system before doing anything on the bike. So let's get to it. So for this oil change, you'll need a 10mm socket, a 5 Allen key, an oil filter, and at least 1.4 liters of oil. And obviously a reservoir to put the used oil somewhere. So, step 1. Remove the oil filter cap and the drain bolt. Step 2. Remove these 3 bolts, which hold the oil filter cover in its place. So with this bike, I actually had to change the O-ring that's in here. The previous one was already worn out and so it was leaking. That was one of the reasons why it actually made me do the oil change. So the O-ring back into place. Now we stuck the new oil filter in, cover back in. What I advise you to do with these bolts is pretty much tighten them as much as you can with just your hands. That way you'll be sure that you won't be damaging any of the threads from the screws. What I recommend is not using a torque wrench but using an Allen key straight with it, because that way you'll be sure that you won't be over tightening it and damaging the screw. Once you see that the bolts won't screw any longer, just stop there and you'll be sure that you won't be ruining any threads from the screws. So for the last step before putting the oil, simply tighten the drain bolt, and this one you can tighten it a bit stronger since it's a bolt against steel. It's not the last case of bolts against aluminum. Last step is filled with oil, and for this bike you need 1.4 liters of oil. So the first liter you can put it quite no problem. You know that you won't be overfilling it. Obviously that if you don't have any steady hands, the best thing to do is to use a funnel, but since I have certain hands, I can simply put with my hands with no need of a funnel. Tighten the filler cap and that's done. One really last step before finishing with the oil change is untie just a little bit this screw here and run the bike for like, I don't know, 1 to 2 minutes. If after that time you don't see some oil dripping from there, turn off the bike and you did something wrong with the bike, because that bolt makes sure that you have oil pressure, and if you don't, something's wrong. So it's that simple guys, so I hope you like it and subscribe. Cheers!